I endured 3 years of abuse at the hands of my mom's common law partner, and he ended up murdering my mother and grandmother on my grade 8 graduation day, something that I witnessed. So after this incident, I was thrown into the child welfare system and ended up living on my own at 16.
I ended up in care when I was 14 years old. I ended up in a all-girls teenage foster home from the ages of 14 through 19. During my time in care, I experienced a lot of vicarious trauma because I saw things that were happening to the girls. There were things happening in my own life. I had a very difficult time attending school. I went to 5 different high schools. And when I aged out of care at 19, I actually had a diagnosis of post-traumatic stress disorder.
Being a 16-year-old living on your own, there's going to be a lot of challenges. Housing, finances, and you're also trying to manage and deal with your own trauma and grief.
It gets more expensive to live in Vancouver every single year. It's harder to find good work. You need to have a really good education under your belt in order to be able to be competitive, to get a job. All of those things are pressures that family face, and their children end up going into care because of some of those pressures.
Less than half of the children and youth in care actually graduate from high school. You can imagine how difficult the journey is going forward from there. And with the funds that HSBC Bank has given to us, we've been now able to reach thousands of children in every part of Canada through the National Transformation Project, providing tutoring support, technology assistance, counseling, paying for fees if there are charges for writing tests like the LSATs, for example. Any aspect of their education can be supported through the generosity of HSBC Bank's funding.
I think youth in care already face a number of great hurdles in life, and one of the common denominators of success in society is a great education. So at HSBC we believe, well, we can eliminate one of the hurdles by creating an opportunity to give these children an education. The Children's Aid Foundation approached us, and we were able to put together the HSBC National Transformation Project.
So every young person in care is going to have a different experience. When they walk in the door, we can ask them how things are going and decide what would work to help them succeed in school. The HSBC National Transformation Project provides funding that allows us to be able to adapt to what it is that they need to keep them attached to school. So if they have been moved many times from foster placement to foster placement and school to school, we can provide them with tutoring, for example, that gets them caught back up again.
I'm thankful for any organization that notices and takes an interest in the youth and care community. I want to raise awareness about these issues, and so when we see businesses taking initiatives like this, it's just great all around.
So now at the age of 22, I feel like sky's the limit. Because of HSBC, I've been able to really immerse myself in my movement practice and continue with professional development workshops, and now I'm teaching and performing aerial and dance. So I'm no longer limiting the vision that I had for myself before.
Things would have been completely different for me if these education grants hadn't been there. I wouldn't have been able to overcome mental health. I wouldn't have been able to go to university. I wouldn't be able to continue my career in advocacy and do what I do for my community if those hadn't been available.